Hi, welcome to another episode of the Jumping Podcast. My name's LoganSama. I'm joined, as always, by Kim1234 and Shady. What's going on, Mr. K?
Hey.
Busy week. NorCal Regionals, second premier event that happened. Pool of Death, Marn, Infiltration, our overlord. Alex is out now, kinda. We're recording this on Tuesday, so Alex is out if you've got a PC, but not if you've got a PS4. Lots of stuff to talk about at the moment. Let's kick it off with NCR, I guess. Is Infiltration going to win every premier event?
It's certainly looking like it. It looks like he is a step above everybody else, huh? And Nash is not supposed to be that good. He's not supposed to be top 5, but he is definitely killing everybody. Or is that just the player?
That's just the game and the player, right? Like, the tier list doesn't really matter. But I feel like we're always wasting time talking about tiers because they're so compressed. It's like if Chenli's 100, right? Then the worst character is like an 85 or a 90, right? You guys can agree with that.
Well,
I think Rashid's like a 75 at best. But yeah, I love the distribution. Like I think a great player can probably beat you with any character they see fit, pretty much. Obviously, at the moment, there's like tiers which everyone gets occupied over, and then there's like a meta game of what's good at the moment, and that's constantly changing and shifting. So, and that's the exciting thing about learning matchups and experimenting with tech and all that stuff. The meta game shifts and changes, but at the moment, right now, it seems that Nash plus Infiltration is triple S tier.
Like there's a couple things that he's doing that seems like it should be common sense, but after the fact, you're like, oh, so that's why Nash is so good. V trigger to escape the corner. He's extremely slippery. Anti-airs are on point. Only issue is no reversal.
If you watch Infiltration play Takedo, which is obviously the grand finals that we've seen both times, Infiltration is happy to just walk backwards the whole game.
He'll corner himself.
Whole game into the corner, and then he'll just wait for that 2-frame window that he needs to safely V trigger out of there, or V reversal if he's got the option to. In the first set that they played at final round, he was so good on defense, Infiltration, and I think I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Sien that said it, but he said the American players are too focused on offense and they're not focusing on their defense enough. If you look at how Infiltration plays, the fact that he knows like his meaty setups and his pressure strings and he's got setups with the V trigger and that sort of stuff, that's like by the by. That's like, to him, that's like learning his BNBs. I think what sets Infiltration apart is the fact that he knows what to do in your pressure strings, probably better than you do. So I was watching him against Takedo, and Takedo was doing back hard kick basically every time on Nash's wake up, because he's not got a reversal, he hasn't got a wake up option, so you can pretty much meet him for free, right? And Infiltration was doing jab tech OS with, I think it was medium punch actually. He's doing medium punch tech OS. But also because of the fact that the back hard kick hits twice, he's still able to V reversal the second hit and get out of the corner. So if he's cornered himself, which he's doing like twice a round almost, because he's literally just walking backwards for the whole round until he feels like dashing in at you, which makes that super effective, by the way, because you're so frustrated about trying to get in that dash is free as fuck. But yeah, he's ready for that back hard. So he's got answers to your pressure. And that's just the Ryu matchup. I mean, when we first saw Infiltration coming into the circuit, like with the notes and stuff, he hasn't stopped doing that. He just doesn't sit there reading it in front of the cameras. He's got notes on everything, notes on every player as well. And I think the big difference that sets him apart is that for me, it looks like Infiltration's playing Street Fighter V and guys like Justin and Takedo are just playing Street Fighter. Do you know what I mean by that when I say that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, first off, just to counter your statement on how he has notes on every player and the game and the character. I mean, I would say that if the other players did the same thing that he was doing, Nash would. I mean, so the reason that Nash is so slippy right now is because people's their meaty timing is off. They totally forget about what string that you should use so that you can counter his V trigger. I told you in a private chat earlier yesterday that I thought his V trigger was completely safe to attacks, because from my my test that I did, every time I tried to swipe with Bison afterwards, it would just go right through him. But then there was just a couple of frames at the very end where where you could actually hit him with an attack, not just a throw in the beginning, right? So right now, I bet you the majority of people at NCR or whatever major have not practiced that counter, or at least have not practiced it enough. Because for me, in order for me to counter that, it took me, I don't know, 10 minutes at least to find out the right button, to find out the right move to do. So I just think that he's doing more research than everybody else.
He's working harder than everyone else. Everyone's getting by on fundamental fighting game skills, which is very much what I see from a lot of American players. Like when a lot of the Europeans go over to America, our players lose because we're not as talented at the head-to-head matchup, like playing people. But in terms of tech and like knowing that stuff, some of our players in Europe are like, look at Alioun is incredible. Problem X has got great stuff as well. A lot of the young kids coming through as well, like tons and tons of tech. But that head-to-head matchup stuff, that's what they generally lose on. But when you take someone who's doing both of those things, like Infiltration is, like some of the Japanese players are now, it really shows. When I'm watching professional players that are not doing meaty setups and are getting jabbed by Chun-Li every time on Wake Up, or Haitani is just freely doing Wake Up jab V-trigger against everybody.
Every time.
Like, freely, because people haven't even bothered to sit down for like 15 minutes in training mode and get their meaties down. And Shady, I mean, I know you've done a lot of work on the Prima Guide and stuff, and from like your interaction with Capcom, you know how important like knowing shit is in this game.
Like you said earlier, it's bread and butter. It shouldn't be an afterthought. It's what you're supposed to learn. That's part of your offense. That's part of your, like, it's your combo, right? You do this shit because you know that character can't do anything unless they have an uppercut.
Well, right now, I just want to say that Street Fighter V at first is a one-player game. You have to make sure your meaty timings are down. You have to make sure all your combos are down, and only until then can you play against other people. Because if you play against someone that has a clue, or that is really good, they will know that like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have the exact sequence down. You know, the sequence part where like for example, let's say like dash with an attack and then press an attack, that will for the most part cover like a punch wake up, or I don't know what it's called, normal recovery. Let's just call it that, right?
Normal recovery.
Normal recovery, right? And but then, because of that 5-frame difference between the back recovery, I bet you a lot of people still have not gotten that in their muscle memory yet. So that alone, and that just, I mean, there's some videos online to show you how to play a character and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of videos online to show you how to apply legit pressure. And if you miss it here, then the opponent is probably going to do this the next time. But there's a certain thought process to that, right? And in order to get there first, you have to know what you're doing when you're attacking. When you walk forward and then you react to them getting up, for the most part, it's going to be too late because of the lag in this game, right? Like you can't react to it every time. And we can talk about that later too. Yeah. So I mean, like if I see someone playing and they're just like walking and doing their setups like that, I know that okay, maybe this dude has not practiced as much as he should. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's. I haven't tried yet, and I don't want to say imperatively that it's not, but I don't think it's possible to react to the different, the normal and the flip recovery. I don't think it's possible to react to the difference quick enough.
Not every single time. Like I've done it, but then I don't know if I've like I just had anticipation on a certain wake up.
My next point is that as you go deeper into the game, Javits was like the first person to really put this out there in a way that people can easily consume. But that 5-frame difference on wake up, you can cover that with normals that are active for 4 frames. So that you can do a move that will hit the opponent before they can get a wake up 3-frame jab on normal recovery, and it will hit them on the first frame of their wake up on backflip recovery as well. So it removes that read, I guess, of what type of recovery they're going to do. And you can react, obviously, to no recovery at all and do another setup. And there's only one timing for that as well. And there's not every character can do that. And obviously, it's a lot easier if you have got you're playing against someone who's only got a 4-frame jab or something like that as well. Makes it easier to time. But there are characters out there in the game, like Karin's one and Nakali's one. There's a few others as well that can safely pressure you and cover both of your wake-up options. And that stuff's going to be really important as the game goes forward, because...
The most important? I mean, at the moment, I would say that's something that you have to practice. You have to know. Yeah.
And that's why, having the frame data in your hand or the book whilst you're in training mode and learning these things, it's really important to know, because momentum. This game's all about momentum, right? It's all about turns, as people are saying. No, it's all about momentum. And if you're scoring a knockdown and that goes from your turn into their turn just because you haven't got your timings down right, then that's a big mistake on your part. And the damage and the stun racks up so quickly in this game that you can go from, okay, I did a combo into a knockdown to, oh, I'm in the corner. Shit, I'm stunned on my next hit. And this character's got a fast overhead and lows, and fuck, what am I going to... I've lost. Literally in that quickly in this game. So that stuff's really important. And when I'm seeing professional players getting jabbed on wake up consistently by their opponents, and I'm talking like not they're jabbing the whiff recovery of a normal, which means that you just guessed wrong on their wake up option.
They're getting counter hit.
They're getting counter hit on stuff, or they're doing like 2 dashes forward, as you mentioned earlier, after a knockdown, which is like minus God knows like 10 or something, all day to press a button on them, and they're just gonna take it and get comboed. And yeah, I think just the way that people are approaching the game, if you want to be competitive, you need to look at that stuff that those guys are doing. The guys that are winning are they're covering those options. They've got that meaty stuff set up. They know what they're doing after all of their characters' B&B knockdowns and throws and, all of that stuff. It's really important. I can't stress that enough. On a competitive level, you need to know it. You definitely need to know it. And you also need to know it for other characters. That's the matchup stuff you need to start learning. And the game's only just over a month old, so I'm not going to be like overcritical and expect I don't know loads of stuff in this game. It's incredibly difficult for me to get into the commentary side of it and start speaking authoritatively on everything. But these are like basic tenets of the game. The game is based around turns, and to give your turn up it can be incredibly costly, as we've seen when you're playing against characters like Armika and that sort of shit.
Well, I was about to segue right to that, because the whole topic of losing your turn, I think that should be that was the theme of NCR. Like Mika is a nightmare of a character for sure, absolutely. But her one weakness, which you should always be able to cover, is that she has no true wake up. Her EX, what's it called, Peach Bomb or whatever, is that what it's called?
Shooting Peach, yeah.
I mean, it's not active immediately, right?
So the armor on that move, on that EX move, as with pretty much every armored special in the game apart from Birdie's, is only active on the 3rd frame. So that means for 2 frames of her wake up, she's got no armor at all. So you can meet here all day. EX grabs in this game aren't invincible. So she just has to take it. And if you're meeting her with a jab or something that you can cancel, it's not got a lot of recovery on the move, she can't V reversal either.
We could have lost an ESPN Marn moment if people just played the matchup. And if they just, of course it's a tournament and they're nervous and everything. But if you want to punish the shooting peach bomb or whatever it's called, punish it with something heavy. Because people they just want to throw immediately or something like that. You could
that's -10
with Bison. I could do stand roundhouse. That's my most damaging combo right there.
Yeah.
So do that punish, get your meaties down, and then what does she have left? Like sure, when she's gonna hit you, it's gonna hurt, and there it's a bit of a 50-50. But she should have her design. She should have a hard time getting to you because she has no footsies.
No.
Like she's gonna drop kick
Mark
on you.
was just clapping.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was just fishing for that shit,
Yeah.
and like people are taking it
-2, right? -2, right?
It's -2. You can't hit confirm into the follow up. You have to commit to it, right? Shady,
Exactly.
am I correct in saying that?
I don't know, man.
It's too fast though. It's too fast to react.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like some crazy option select on hit, like there is 10 standing light punch, and if there is, it'll be matched out. But
people don't even punish the follow up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
She's just doing it.
So like, if he does the follow up,
too scared. That's why.
And you not going for the -2 one. Like I saw people jumping away off the minus.
Yeah, they're so
if he does the follow up, it's like -40 or something ridiculous like that. It's like a whiffed command grab, but it's not actually a command grab. So you can just let her do it in front of you. She's down. You can dash forward and still do your best combo. You can probably get a jump in off of that, I'd imagine. Like
that's interesting.
But that's what people are not doing yet, and they will do.
That's
what I said at the start of the game. I really think as this game goes on, we're going to see, obviously you've got people like Marn who are having a whale of a time and so entertaining to watch, and he's a great fighting games player. But you saw him against Justin; he didn't have any answers for that at all.
Yeah.
And another player who does stuff that's crazy unsafe is Brent's Ken. Like I saw him do stand jab into run like so many times.
Oh my god.
And that's minus double digits again. So
yeah.
Digits.
Like, but people are not ready for it because they're on tilt. Like they're in that tournament zone. They're not comfortable in these matchups yet. It's not muscle memory to them to punish everything with the max punish that they have. That's why you're seeing people go for throws. That's why you're seeing people do like jab combos and stuff because it's not drilled into them yet. But I really feel like the end game of this is... Yeah, sorry, go
on. Sorry to cut you off, but technically, if you see Ken run, you should stick out a jab or something, right? There's no... if you can see him run.
It, always.
100%.
If you've blocked it, it's the best it can be is -4.
Okay.
And that's off fierce.
There's no thing that you can do where you can just always stick out an attack just in case he decides to throw you or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like if he throws you, that throw's not active till like 9 frames later.
Yeah, that's way too late. Like,
yeah. So then on defense, can I be mashing jab as soon as I see a run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
every time.
Every time. Counter hit, by the way, he gets counter hit. So.
Yeah.
Maybe not just jab, maybe a strong then. Is that feasible?
Well, it's 4 frames, so he can block it.
Okay.
If he does it off of fierce, it's 4 frames. If he's doing it off like crouch medium punches and standing light kicks and medium kicks and stuff, the apps there, go and check the numbers on all those things.
I've seen the crouching strong cancel a lot.
Guaranteed, it's -4 at best. So if you've got a button that you can press that will come out in 4 frames, then
actually,
go for that.
No, his standing fierce is -5.
Is it? After run?
Yeah.
Let me check.
It used to be -6 because I remember you could crouching fierce crush counter him if you're in the mirror match, but they buffed it a little bit to -5.
Assholes.
Giving him too much credit.
Buff Bison.
Standing fierce.
Ken's amazing though. I just love his play style.
Oh shit! You know what? It still says it's -6 in the app.
Yeah. Then it's fixed.
Yeah, it must be.
So there's it says -5 then.
It is -5.
Okay. Update the app.
There's some mediums.
But yeah, if you have a 5 frame medium and you can counter hit combo him every time.
Nice. test that anyway. Don't just trust things. Don't just read things and trust them. Don't just listen to people and trust things. Say them. No, why I thought it was -4. But yeah, just go and test stuff out. Like turn your console or your PC on. Check out what you can do in different situations. And that's how Infiltration trains. He's made that very clear. It's like I just sit in training mode and work out different situations and do them and work out what I can do in situations. And that was very clear from watching him play different players. He kind of came a little bit unstuck a little bit against Marn. I guess he probably wasn't ready for like how Marn was playing, but
I'm just gonna say this right now. Like later on, you will see Infil use someone other than Nash as his main, because right now no one is good at pressuring Nash, which is his weakness. Maybe they don't have a great game plan yet, but at the moment, if like I know that you and I disagree on this, because I think a great Mika should beat a great Nash, but no one can do it right now because they don't have their timing down. And there's also the infiltration name value.
As soon as Nash blocks any of her pressure, he's out because he can just reversal out of there. If she goes for clap, then he's out. Like if there's a 2-frame gap, he can V-trigger out. And then she's got to go the whole way across the screen again. And it's really difficult for her. And she's, like you said, she's got no footsies. The number of jump-ins that Marn landed on people was ridiculous.
They're scared. They're just scared.
Yeah. The number of he was, like we said, he was just whiffing claps in front of people, and they were not doing anything about it. So yeah, I mean, I understand it's scary. She's a scary character, especially when you don't have like tremendous amounts of matchup experience against that. All grapplers are good early on. All of them are always good early on in the game because you don't know how to get around that shit. And by its definition, command grabs break the mechanics of fighting games in that you just can't block them out. And you can't take the throw. So your defense is irrelevant against the grappler, which means you need to know what buttons to press in what situation to just keep them the fuck away. And that's matchup experience. And I feel like Nash has got the buttons for that, man. Like Nash has got a lot of good buttons. Okay. I think Guile's going to blow her the fuck up though when he comes out. That's going to be horrible.
I think Gargoyle Alex is going to fuck up Alex all day. Have you guys seen what Alex looks like? I mean, there's some screenshots. Big ass biceps, looking like Blanca with human skin tone.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Like,
is he what you imagined Alex to look like?
He's pretty ugly.
It's pretty ugly. Well, I mean, he could be really fun. I'm not saying he's going to be a bad character or anything.
He's just ugly. Like, he just looks ugly. His ults are fucking horrible as well. I got so excited because, like, I've got that. Where's the? You know, like the Alex ult. I'm ready to go. Alex. But then he's just like walking around barefoot in like some Andre Agassi 90s tennis, like with the cycling shorts and the short jean shorts, and a fucking belly top.
That's the best part. But the costume that is possibly worse than Alex's is
Ken.
Ken. You're cosplaying as Ken at the moment.
Why are you guys hating on Biff?
Back to the Future.
Eddie Brock. It looks like Eddie Brock. Oh, yeah. There's been some great memes about. I don't know. Like, do they show these costumes to people before they let them out in the world? Like, who's saying, yeah, that one's great. Go with that one. That's really good. Fuck, that's a horrible costume. He looks like, I said it on Twitter, he looks like they've just imported a first level grunt character from Final Fight that you beat
exactly
with 2 punches. Like, he looks so bad. Why can he not have a good haircut in Street Fighter 5? He's got no good haircuts in Street Fighter 5. They all look bad.
Just use the Alpha Ken.
Even Ken's hair looks bad.
I like that one. Not bad.
I think it's the art direction, to be honest. I don't like much of the hair in this game.
I don't like how Ken like looks at you. Even in Street Fighter 4, like the character portrait, he's like staring into your soul, like this, like that, right? In Street Fighter, in vanilla Street Fighter 4, do you remember his portrait was actually different?
No.
His eyes were changed in Super to look crazy.
Really?
What? Are you shitting me?
Go look up vanilla. Random. Go online right now. Look up Vanilla 4 Street Fighter 4.
Edit this into the video, please, so that people can know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
I'm gonna edit the picture myself if it's not true. So
Do it. Oh, if it's not true, you're gonna...
but it's true.
He's looking like this, like.
That is super right there. That's super Ken.
Okay.
Vanilla 4 looks normal. How do we get on that topic?
What else? Anyway,
I love some of the other costumes though. Like
Nash is cool.
Nash costume's awesome. Doctrine Dark looking costume. And it kind of obviously follows up with Guile's Orc costume from Ultra.
No, that's true, huh?
I like Zangief's Macho Man Randy Savage costume. That one looks awesome. What else did I like?
He took a risk with it, but it paid off.
Yeah, I actually really like Armika's one as well. I think that's going to be broken though a little bit. Like I can see those feathers just getting in the way, and
you don't even know that one to animate that, like to render that. It is so bad. If on PC, just because I played the PC version with that costume, it will slow down the game on max settings so badly because there's so many particles in her hair. It's crazy.
I hope it's not like that still.
For PS4, I hope it's not as bad as I've seen it. So yeah, be careful, guys. If you're on PC, max settings, Armika alt costume is nuts.
Turn that down. But yeah, I mean, Alex is out there in the wilderness. People are streaming and playing him. By the time this gets out, I'd imagine that he'll be out by now. Anyway, he's out tomorrow as we record this. He's pretty cool. He's got all of his stuff from Street Fighter 3, like 7 special moves.
He's very mobile looking
anymore. It's gone into like a headbutt now, which is interesting. But other than that, he's got everything: boots, power bombs, all of that good stuff. Ric Flair chops. Yeah, he's nice. I like him. He's very limited in terms of combos. I think it's all very sort of like 2-3 hits, or maybe a couple more if you're using cancels and supers and stuff. But other than that, he's pretty much just buttons. It's nice though. I like him. The V skill's pretty cool.
I can't say shit. I just know when you hold down his V trigger all the way and he clotheslines you, for some reason he has like steam lines coming from his body.
That's in his in V trigger. He's got that all the time. Yeah, for some reason I don't know why. Yeah, like how Ryu's got the electricity around his fists and his signal. But yeah, he's got like a ghetto version of focus attack / parry / like breathless from Abel, I guess. It's interesting. Have you used him much at all, Shady, whilst you were working on the?
No, I didn't touch Alex at all.
Okay, all right. So if you activate V trigger, you can use the V trigger button again, and he gets like the running lariat. I don't know what it's called, but you charge it up, right?
Is he actually running? Because I think the animation he's just standing in place, right? And then he like moves really far when he clotheslines you.
Yeah, so it's a running lariat. Yeah.
Okay.
When you let go of it. So if you hold down the buttons, if you get hit in the first few frames, I don't know how many frames it is, but if you get hit in the first few frames, it basically comes out like a parry rather than a absorb. Then after that, when it charges up to a certain level, if you get hit, then he does the clothesline through you, and you can combo off that. And if you hold it down the whole time, it becomes unblockable, but it's scaled to hell, and you can't really link anything after it. But the normal one you can link after. You can link. You can definitely do standing medium punch after it on any of the clotheslines. And I've seen it charged up so that you can do standing fierce afterwards as well. So he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage in not a lot of moves. So if you get hit by his normals, it's going to hurt. He's got really good range buttons as well because he's such a big character, but he's quite quick as well. His walk speed's good. His dash is good.
I'm curious if he has a cross up.
I think he does.
Cross up stomp doesn't count, but like a normal cross up.
I think he's got light kick. is a cross up.
Are there characters that don't have cross ups?
No, every single character so far has cross up.
Does too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Liar.
Cammy almost doesn't have a cross up.
Let me check. Let me check now.
Cammy almost doesn't have a cross up, but you can cross up that light kick.
It misses all the time.
Yeah, it's really, really finicky. I'm guessing Balrog will be the first person that doesn't have a cross up. Unless they completely change him and now he's like, learn how to kick.
He only uses his legs now. So basically, like the first thing I'm gonna test when I have Alex is I'm gonna do crush counter sweep and then charge up V trigger.
Yeah, yeah.
See how that works.
So he guard crushes. That's what V trigger does, right? Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
it scales. So it scales to 50%, like Ryu, probably.
Okay. Yeah, it's exactly the same situation.
Yeah. That was like a universal system change they added for final. Like guard crush will automatically scale combos to 50%, which makes sense because it's kind of fucked up.
Well, I wish I had that shit.
But other than that, he's really good. His normals are great. Standing medium kick's awesome because it's really quick and it's got good range. They've kind of switched around some of his normals. Like his standing light punch looks like his old standing medium punch, and his standing medium punch looks like his old jab. So kind of weird. But his standing medium punch is really good for buffering into flash chop from like safe range.
Into strike.
And his hard kick is like it's like a big step kick, mad range on it. Pretty cool. I think he's going to be really good.
I'm gonna try him out because I need secondary characters, and he's ugly, so
he's ugly as shit.
I can't see you playing him. He doesn't look like your style.
Just do a bunch of stomps, mobile stomps and shit.
Dude, I guess so.
His stomps are kind of weird. I'm sure there'll be setups for them, but like it kind of feels difficult to make the stomp hit.
In that one video where the dude basically hacked Alex, right? Like he's stomping all over Rashid, but he doesn't actually hit him, right?
It's like it goes like back down their head, but never hits them.
It's like
kind
boom, 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 boom. Like Rashid was just like staying there in his idle pose. Yeah.
It's kind of awkward to make it hit. And the EX one you can make. It's like it feels like if you go up back or up forward when you do the stomp, it goes different places on the screen. It definitely doesn't track though. Definitely doesn't track.
It's quick. That's all I noticed. It's
definitely and they're obviously they're overheads as well, so you need to block them.
Yeah, that's good.
And he's got a nice mix up with that and so obviously the stomp is charge and kick, but if he does charge and punch, then he just jumps and then lands and does a command grab on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the videos that are on ShadyK. So
he grabs you to headbutt, which does a ton of stun.
Should have watched.
But it doesn't leave you like close to him; it leaves you kind of far away. But yeah, it's interesting. He's got a lot of options. He's obviously got above average health as well, so he can afford to take a few guesses. And he's got good buttons on the ground, which is different from most of the grapplers in this game.
And he's also free. He's the first DLC character, and it's going to be free for the public. You don't have to.
He's
pay
only
anything.
a free trial for a while. So listen, what do you guys think about this situation with the store and the store not being open and they're letting us test out Alex until the store's open? What do you think about?
Well, it's unfortunate, but at least they have it in mind that they need to reward. I mean, they even worded it on their blog, right? Their official blog. They said like, thanks for being patient with us, and until the whatever it's called, the store is open, we're going to be giving you guys these 2 free costumes and Alex as a character. So I mean, if they didn't acknowledge that at all, I guess that could have been worse. Of course, we want more, and of course, we wouldn't want these problems to have in the beginning. But I think the right move was made. In terms of future DLC characters, I would like the process to. I would like the process to be different.
I like the idea of letting people use the character for a week or two when they come out. I like that. because we want to encourage people to actually buy this shit, right? So letting them have a go with them makes sense to me, and I think they should continue this practice of letting the character out there for a week, maybe 2 weeks, as a free test. And for anyone that's got the season pass or like that actually buys the character in the first week, I don't know, maybe give them a free color or a free alt costume or something, like just for being an early adopter.
Or like even an exclusive color or costume.
Maybe, but yeah, that you can't get. Yeah, that would be cool. Color probably more so than costume, but I think that would be cool. Like it gives a reason to people investing into the season pass. It gives a reason for people to actually, pay for the DLC as soon as it drops, which is good for Capcom, and lets people try stuff out, that maybe haven't got a lot of disposable income and want to just try out the characters before they slap down the dollars or yen or pounds or whatever they're spending their money, just to see whether they actually want these characters before they buy them, because it is a $60 game or whatever it is in America already. So lumping more money into that, quite an investment for some people anyway.
I'll slip you Kamavin's email later after this podcast.
What's that for?
Pitch it to him. Pitch him this idea.
I said it to our community manager already. It works in League of Legends though. They give people free trials on heroes and champions and summoners or whatever the hell they're called. They've got like a rotational system which works.
If you didn't like the character, you weren't going to buy it anyway, so just not much harm in trying it out.
No, I mean, and to be honest with you, as we've seen with what's happened today, like letting people use the character for a week. Oh no, PC players are going to have that on all the time. World, like you've seen, PC players can basically do what the fuck they like. If you're letting them download it and it's on their hard drive, they're going to access that shit and use it. So you can't do anything.
There's going to be nude Alex in less than 24 hours.
Gonna be.
Did you make it already?
Jeez.
Already in my spank bank.
Nude Alex.
I'm trying to be a bit more corporate friendly, so I swallowed those 5 jokes that came straight to my head.
So hey, how about making survival mode reasonable? I mean, this shit is way too difficult and way too time consuming.
Why is it when you get to level 42? Yeah, when you get to level 42,
that's it.
Like the CPU suddenly goes from like holding forward on the stick to like
Neo.
Oh, you whiff the jab. I'm gonna DP that from exactly the right range. Or
yep.
Starts doing like setups, like crazy setups you've never seen before. Like I saw the CPU Lara do like a jump fierce that didn't hit it, like whiffed at the last frame straight into command grab, and it looked broken as fuck. Like you're never going to be ready for that ever in a million years.
Oh yeah, it turns into the Mortal Kombat CPU. It just reads your inputs and it just counters it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Garbage.
But isn't like with the new update, isn't there like some new ways to get colors? Like with
you can pay for them, but you can't pay for it because the shop's not open.
Not even like trial mode or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so you can buy them with your fight monies. So you can do it that way.
But you can't get colors through trial just without any fight money involved.
Any way you get fight money, so trials, survival mode, playing online, you can spend that in the store, but you can't spend money in the store yet.
Sweet.
So yeah, and I think they're giving everybody access to all of the exclusive pre-order stuff. So like the Japanese pre-order colors and the battle costumes that we saw as well. That people had for Ryu, Chun, Kami, and Bison. Those are all available to people to buy with their fight monies.
I have a very generous friend that works for Event Hubs, but she's a photographer that lives in Sweden, and she gave me an alternate Bison costume code for
that won't work.
It won't work. Well, I mean,
no. It won't work. You can only use. Is it a redeemable code? Yeah.
Yeah, but it only works apparently in the European region.
In Europe, exactly, it won't work.
Yeah, but I mean, I still have it, and she's like, "Yeah, you can just give it away." So I don't know. People that listen to this podcast, if you guys want it, leave a nice comment, a nice review, and send me a tweet or something, and I'll give it to you.
Send me some money.
I don't need that fucking pirate bison costume anyway. So.
That bison costume's the best.
Sure.
Cool.
Why is it all shiny? Why is it all oily? Like, what's he been doing, man?
Why wouldn't it be?
And like
Pleather.
Been
He's bison, man. He could afford better.
It's patent leather, not pleather. Jesus. Jesus. Yeah.
I would love to give away the code though. I'm very OCD about these like things that I'm not using. I'm generous, you know.
We'll start doing competitions and stuff when we get sponsorship on this podcast in like 5 years' time.
Less than 5 years. 4.
Less than 5 years. 4.
Yeah.
Cool.
Street Fighter 5 will still be out though.
Just give it to one of the Jump In podcast Twitter followers. Follow us, and there you go.
No, they gotta work a little bit for it. I mean, come on, they're gonna unfollow us soon. We'd be like,
work it out. We'll do it on the next episode. Cool.
Right.
I want to go back to the tournaments, if that's okay.
Sure.
So we can't really talk in too much in depth about stuff that's not out yet.
It's true.
But Alex does look cool. I'm looking forward to Alex. So going back to the tournaments,
NCR
and final round as well. What do you think about all of these players that are doing so well at the moment, coming from different games? Now, obviously, we saw Sonic Fox in the final round. Reynolds did really well at NCR.
King of Fighters, right?
Yeah, and obviously Goichi at final round as well, and Kazunoko, who's technically a Guilty Gear player, I suppose. What do you think about that? You know, whereas the old OGs seem to not be anywhere to be seen. These upstart KOF and MKX players.
Just say it, Logan. Just say it. Be real.
So what do you think about these players? What do you think about these players from other fighting games doing so well?
It's great. Makes the community bigger. Hopefully they stick around, just like they did for Street Fighter 4. Hopefully they actually stick around this time for Street Fighter 5. And I hope the OGs stop talking and actually just go back and train more.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
That's needed, I think. What do you think, Shady?
I don't really have an opinion on this. I mean, I play multiple games. It's not a big deal. I think as long as anyone can, if you play fighting games, you can learn any fighting game, right?
Yeah.
I don't really have like an elitist attitude or anything like I've seen, but yeah, it's Street Fighter, and it's not like Street Fighter 4. I don't think the skills translate that well from Street Fighter 4 to 5. I just think as long as you have a good work ethic, you like fighting games. If you have fun playing it, you're gonna be good at it, I think.
That's why I wanted to ask you, like, what is it that you think is making these guys do well in 5 when they weren't necessarily doing that great in 4? What's the difference that you think?
I don't know. They probably just didn't like 4. It's hard to, I don't know how much they invested in playing 4. And also the game just came out. So it's really hard to gauge how good people actually are,
That's very true.
I think
these guys as in like Brent, or these guys as in
just anyone in general, just everyone. Like, I know the topic is about like players from other fighting games, but I think Street Fighter 5 is just so it's easy on a technical level, but it's not very easy
situation.
Just because it's very unforgiving and it's very read based, right? So right now, I think it's just a toss up, man. It's just like anything goes,
I mean, like when I see how do you pronounce the guy's name again? The King of Fighters guy? Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, like, I think he took his mindset from King of Fighters and he just applied it to Street Fighter 5. And so I mean, he had the confidence in himself to learn the game and just try his best. So I think with him, it's no big surprise. Like I want to say the Street Fighter 4 players that didn't excel in Street Fighter 4. I mean, didn't excel like as in win tournaments on a regular basis. I think they feel Street Fighter 5 is like a second chance, and they feel more motivated. So,
well, if you look at the players that were up there for final round, it was Brent and Nando, the SF4 players, and both very competent players, but you wouldn't put them at the top of the pile for SF4. But there they were in SF5, and yeah.
I mean, these guys are beating people that you wouldn't imagine them beating in Street Fighter 4. Like Nando beat Ricky, and Marn's beating every single top player in the world.
Marn was really good at 4 at the beginning also.
He's not a bad player.
Just doesn't try. That's all it is. Like Street Fighter 4 is a game that you had to just put consistent work rate into, and I think that is contrary to the way that Marn lives, if I'm honest. But he's got tons of talent, and I'm so happy that we all got to see that. Because if I'm generally, and this might be a bit controversial, but I feel like if Marn wasn't at final round, at NCR, if Marn wasn't at NCR, tournament would have been pretty boring.
Yeah, you can see that.
Like there was a lot of it. The gameplay still looks kind of sloppy from a lot of people, messy. Bit scrappy, like you said. We're not seeing tight setups and people getting out of situations. We're not seeing stuff getting punished and people just doing things. And obviously Marn was an exemplar of that over the weekend, getting away with murder. But it was fucking exciting to watch.
I totally called that shit too. Like I watched him play a couple weeks ago on the stream, and I was like, dude, you're totally gonna get top 8 just because you're so disrespectful. You play like such an idiot. I really think you're gonna steamroll and upset a lot of people. I knew he would destroy people.
I think he could take it to like the next level too.
Because of course.
Like he totally embraces like this trolling persona that he has. He knows what he's doing is going to get punished once people like know the situation better. Like he knows it in his mind, but he just can't help but to do it, and he knows the crowd is eating it up.
Not to, right? Because like,
except against Justin. Justin's like, get that shit out of here, bro. I know you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that was more of like a player matchup than anything else.
Yeah, Justin's always had his number.
Yeah. And Infil again is just like so solid, but even then that was close, a lot closer than I'm sure Infil probably wanted it to be.
Was it 2-1 or 2-0? I don't remember.
The match was just close, like back and forth. It didn't look dominating like the grand finals ended up being. That was a whitewash.
I'm just.
What do you think of the pool of death idea? Anyway,
I think it was great. I
loved it. I loved it. It sends a message,
that's
right?
3 thumbs up
sends
from us.
A message.
Yeah.
You don't get top player privilege just because you're a top player. You sign up late, you're gonna end up in this pool just like everyone else. You're a normal human being.
I thought that was fucking superb, and it made Saturday actually interesting for me as well. Like way more interesting than Saturday's been for a long time for tournaments.
Oh yeah, for sure. The first day is always kind of boring because it's just bums playing each other.
You just you just sort of dip in and out, and like every half an hour you get a good match in like
it's background music,
winners semis of pools or something, and like some good players playing each other now. But yeah, that was basically like a ranking tournament. That bracket I think was stronger overall than any ranking tournament that I've seen in 2015. That was stacked, properly stacked. So watching that was really exciting. And they got most of the matches on stream as well, which was good. So yeah, it definitely made the Saturday worthwhile watching, and I think the views reflected that as well. They went over 50,000 views for a Saturday, which is really, really good.
Well, if I can comment real quick about how I feel about this situation, I praise the idea that if you didn't register on time, you shouldn't get any privilege. I mean, you shouldn't get any privilege anyway because Street Fighter 5 is a new game. We don't know who's the best or anything like that at all.
Mhm.
And the people in the pool were like K-Brad, of course he's a good player, MOV, you know,
Def
like
Champ.
yeah, but we haven't seen them play against each other. I mean, so come on, like we can't give him any kind of privilege. But the main reason why I even tweeted NorCal Regionals and John Choi and everything, and I praised them.
Well.
I praised them because last year at the CPT, I'm not gonna name any names, but we're not in the situation yet where we can just be like, hey Daigo, hey Bone Chan, I'm sorry you can't enter the tournament because of rules. I'm sorry, like our local community actually needs you for more views, for more exposure for our community.
Yeah.
Therefore, we will take you in less than 24 hours notice and screw up the bracket that has been up for a week. That happened so many times when I was trying to enter ranking battles, and it's a big deal. It's not a joke, you know. Like this should be taken seriously. It's not let anyone in. And NorCal Regionals was probably the first tournament that I can remember that took it seriously and said, you know, we're sorry. It doesn't matter how far you traveled. These were the rules. They've been up for how many months, weeks, or even, you know. And it was good to see that. I would like that to be embraced by other tournament organizers, and hopefully
I think that should become a standard. I really do think it should become a standard.
You can bet your ass those players aren't gonna sign up late next time.
I mean, but it was also entertaining. So I mean, like everybody won. The message was communicated. So good shit.
And look, at the end of the day, you're talking about seeding as well. Like, look at the players that ended up getting out of that pool. You know, they're not the players that you'd have probably seeded. So you know, it shows you in the end that like that. I think right now, as it stands, unless we're seeding, I think you should only seed on CPT points. You should seed on teammates and regional seeding as well.
The teammates part is a little bit tricky though.
Just not in terms of like, I'm not talking about, when I say regional and teammates and seeding, I literally mean just you're not in the same bit of the bracket.
No, okay. Well, at least not first round.
That's all I mean.
At least not first round, yeah.
Well, not even that. I mean, like, it's not like there's teams of 30 players. Like, it's not hard to put someone up there and someone down there. Like, it's really not hard at all. And it doesn't unbalance anything, really. I mean, EG is probably going to be the team that's got the most attendance in terms of tournaments, possibly Razor as well. But, you know, it's really not that hard to try and at least keep people split. And then you're actually properly seeding people only on CPT points, which is as it should be in the rules, I think.
This weekend is Hype Spotting, if I recall.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so that's the first UK event that's happening in Glasgow in Scotland.
Are you going to be there?
I will be there. I'm flying straight there from Malta. I'm not going to enter because I won't get there till the afternoon, but if they can scrape together a couple of pound notes, I will do some commentary and lose a shitload of casuals as well.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's being streamed. I'm not entirely sure of the channel, but yeah, if you follow me on Twitter at WinnerStaysOn, I will definitely be tweeting the fuck out of that this weekend. And yeah, we should have some good European attendance. Getting some stuff in, and you guys can actually see Problem X play, who's really, really good with Bison, who doesn't fucking exist in North America apart from like Moons, I guess, and Tampa.
But he's the best. He's the best character. How could he not
Is
make
he?
top 32 or top 64?
How's he the best character? You said. I don't know who said.
A lot of people. He's number 2 on Event Hubs also. Number
Is
1,
he?
yeah, number 2. And number 1 being probably Chun-Li. I don't remember. I just remember Bison's ranking.
Chun-Li is definitely the best character in the game. But
dude,
yeah.
Before we move on real quick, Chun-Li, how come no one's doing this? From full screen away, this is Bison. This is Chun-Li over here. Okay, spam stand forward. If you have V trigger and super, stand forward all day. And you buffer in V trigger, and if it hits, just super immediately. How come no one's doing that? Isn't that like the dumbest, most broken thing that you could think of right now? Stand medium kick from really far away, and then just keep pressing V trigger afterwards. Because if it hits, you can react and do a super. I've seen no one do that. I've been hit by that today because battle lobby has been open to the public, and I played like 800 Chun-Lis, and they're all hella good, and they're all doing that. And I haven't seen one North American Chun-Li do that.
Another thing people aren't doing is forward or back. This stand strong, the command normal, counter hit into super. That's so fucking good.
It
I'm
has to
the
be
only
counter
person
hit.
ever. Yeah, it has to be counter hit, but I'm the only person who can do that. It's really good.
Can you buffer it?
You just
Of
do.
course you
You
can
just do.
buffer it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just do it and pump the motion. If you see the text on the screen, then you just finish. You just press the kicks. It is amazing.
Triple plink those kicks and get it out.
I want players to use her so that people can be good against her. Because I think there's just like this pride thing going on where they're like, yeah, we know she's too good. Let's just find ways to get around her. It happens in every game, you know.
Mm.
And in Street Fighter 5, there should be a shitload of Chun-Li's. What's going on? It's not a.
I think that's something like that's something that happens a lot in fighting games. In general, like we're very loyal to our decisions. I don't know if they're logical decisions though. You know?
Yeah, I'm still using Bison, so I totally understand what you're trying to say. Yeah.
You know, like we pick a character that we like and we play that character, and we might get beaten and blown up and then switch characters, but it's never like I'll just pick a top tier immediately. Not a lot of people do that.
What's the challenge, right, of overcoming bad matchups and playing how you want to play? That all factors into it, right?
Or like whether that they work into your play style, or you like the character design and all kind. There's so many things that come into it that people are so emotionally invested in. It's not just about winning, and I'm very interested to see how that carries on going, in the sense that as more and more and more money comes into the competitive scene, how is that going to bias people's decisions and choices in terms of who they end up using? That's very interesting for me.
Well, I think people just don't know if Chun-Li's really the best at the moment, and they don't know who is number 2, 3, 4, or 5. They kind of accept that Chun-Li's number 1, so they can kind of
Chun-Li is number 1.
Yeah.
Ryu is number 2. Nash is number 3. Everyone else is underneath. Fang is number 15, and Rashid is number 16.
Rashid ain't that bad. World combo, son.
World Ethernet pool, yeah, it's the best.
Number 1 in the world.
He got nerfed down from 10,000 points to 700 points, and within 2 days, he was on 11,000 points. He plays on PC as well, by the way. Not that I'm going to make any disparity. Yeah, he's the king of rage quitting. If you ever see him with under 100 win streaks, there's something wrong. He probably got disconnected himself. But yeah, it's
nothing worse than playing against someone who you know is going to rage quit.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't bother. I haven't bothered playing online for so long.
That attitude there, and I want to touch on that a bit, because I really think Capcom have missed a trick in. I think a lot of the design of this game, in terms of like the input leniency and that sort of stuff, yeah, it's cool for the input leniency is cool for people coming into the game, but it also makes the online experience a little bit closer to parity with the offline experience. Obviously, there's other things like reacting to stuff and hit confirming off single buttons and all that sort of stuff that's in the game, which isn't the same. But the parity is getting closer to the offline experience due to that. And I feel like the importance of online ranking and laddering and that sort of stuff and league play in every other, esport game is so important. But ranked in Street Fighter games is like, no one gives a shit about it at all. It's like, oh, you're the number 1 ranked Laura in the world. Oh, good for you. You'll go to a tournament and get your shit pushed in by a Wolf Crone or something. Like it's a shame that it's just not relevant when I think it could be, and I think that would definitely grow the community if the online was a lot more relevant than it is. Because now, like, you'll just basically everything you do online is just a testing ground for going offline and playing in a tournament, right? So
there's a lot of things that can go into why this is not taken seriously. One of which is there's lag. There's lag, and there's no nice way to put it. There's lag in this game. You can't react like it's offline, and even if it's offline, it's very iffy if you can do it. Another thing is this isn't truly a global online experience. Like you are still playing in your region, you know. Like granted, I can play people I played someone a really good Nash from Vietnam just yesterday. I mean, I couldn't do it in Street Fighter 4, and I'm happy that Capcom took that step and did that, right? But there's also rollback, and there's I can't play you guys, so therefore you can't just that alone you can't really take the ranking seriously.
Yeah, but they have. I mean, in other games, they have like EU ranks and Asia ranks and North American ranks and Oceanic, Australasia, or whatever the hell you want to fucking call it, ranks. They split it up and into people that can play each other, and it works. Then they upstream it to offline events and that sort of stuff. And I just feel like it's a missed opportunity. That the fact that when you're playing online and you see someone that's got a 20 win streak and they're gold, and you're like, I know 9 times out of 10, if I end the round to win the game on critical art, I'm not seeing the end of that fucking animation. I'm hearing doo-doo is what I know. And that in your mind, it spoils the experience, and it just devalues it. Like having platinum rank or whatever. It's like, okay, it just means you played loads of hours on the game. Doesn't mean you're good, which is a shame because it should mean you're good.
Yeah.
It means you're at a certain level, obviously, because you've got to actually get the points. But who knows whether you're getting the points and not risking losing them by rage quitting? Because we know so many people do it. Like, and the worst offender for doing it, World Combo, is still up there. So
he'll be up there by the middle of this week, I suppose.
He's up there now. He's up there now. I'm sure he's up there now.
Roaming the streets.
Well, it's top 10, like definitely. I swear he's top 10. But yeah, I mean, like it just shows it doesn't really mean anything, which is a shame.
Well, something that is meaningful, good segue, is the new update that just came up, and like I was having conversations with other players on how to get better online, because Battle Lounge was pretty much, it's kind of, no one was really in Battle Lounge. They just played rank, because in the way that rank works is you get paired up with people that are your same level, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, but I mean, people with high LP, most likely they'll be better than people that don't have it, right? But so rank was superior to Battle Lounge in almost every way, and you can only play against one person in Battle Lounge previously.
I would disagree with that, but carry on.
Yeah, but I mean, like the way that I played Street Fighter 4 and I thought it's going to work in Street Fighter 5 was I'm going to get a certain amount of points, like gold or platinum or whatever, and then I'll make a Battle Lounge, and then people will be like, oh, I can tell that this guy is good, and therefore I want to fight him. If I was rookie status, no one would want to join my lobby, for example, right? But then since the new update came out, I feel that like every time I join any lounge, there is 4, 5 good players. I mean, it takes a long ass time to get your turn, but it's a lot better. You can learn how you're supposed to play. You can learn how the matchup really is, rather than worrying about points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I like what the update did. Hopefully Alex is a good character and all that. But Battle Lounge update and the 4-frame pre-jump frame change. I mean, it's looking good.
Well, I haven't seen it myself, but people are telling me that you can still do Jab OS tech. People are telling me you can still jump out. It still works.
The jab OS is still in, or the jump one.
Jab apparently you can still do that.
Sure both are still in it, right?
Yeah, it's just harder to. You just got like a smaller frame window to do it in. But as long as the tech window is 7 frames, right?
I think it's 6.
6. Okay.
5 throw and then 6 post throw.
Okay. Unless they make it a 6-frame window, like unless they make it like even less than that, then it's not gonna. There's gonna be a timing in which you can input it and still get it in, and I can still press jab on the 3rd frame. Yeah. I can still tech on the 5th frame or 6th frame, and you're not gonna get me. It is what it is,
I hate it. Like, I'm doing frame traps. I know you're pressing something, but you're blocking.
You just have to mix up your pressure, and it's frustrating because having to mix up that pressure means that you leave yourself open to wake up jab.
Yes,
but at least you need to get yourself to a level where you're knowingly doing that, not like I'm just going to press buttons on your wake up. Oh, it's not meaty anyway. I haven't got meaty setups. You press the jab on me, and I've lost my turn. Like at least knowingly make that decision. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
and to be honest with you, I've got no problem whatsoever with the jump OS because that's been in every game basically. Like I don't see why you'd want to take it out. Like it's a big risk.
In other games it wasn't as prevalent because there were so many other options.
Exactly. I mean, in SF4 you backdash because you've got invincibility on it. So why would you do the jump back? And it's a big risk. It's still a risk. Like, yeah, you can't get counter hit, but you know, they can wait, punish you for it. A lot of characters can punish you for it.
Shady and I had a little quick conversation before you joined, and he was telling me that he never blocks anymore when he gets knocked down. He just does the OS every time.
Yeah, why would you need to?
Because it's good.
But you do lose ground though. That's something people really think about. You have to jump back unless you're in the corner. You jump forward like an asshole. But if you jump back mid, you're still losing some ground. So you know there is a slight risk.
So then, why don't you stop doing it? Because it's not that risky.
because it's the best thing to do. I mean, sure, it's better than doing this. You know.
I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is. I have counters to it, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to take something out, you should take that out. However, I mean that's the difficult part. How they're going to do that?
Yeah, so, how would you take that out?
If you start adding more and more and more pre-jump frames into it as well, like it just makes command grabs even better, even scary.
This is a grappler's buff in general.
I've got an extra frame to grab you,
right?
So.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
and then they're gonna be like, oh well, you can still backdash, and like I don't want to fucking backdash.
No one wants to backdash.
When does anyone backdash in this game?
I want to win. I want to win.
Exactly. Crush counters in this game. I value my life. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, whilst we're reading this, someone just showed me. Apparently, PC modders have already fixed Alex's hair. I don't know if you can see that at all.
That looks much better.
Yeah, they've already done it. It's already there. Look.
Can they make him stand upright a little bit more now?
Turn him into a Homo sapien from Neanderthal. Someone said he looks like Doomsday from Batman vs Superman.
Oh, he does. He does.
Does, right. Oh well, he looks so like in Third Strike or just Street Fighter 3 in general. He had such good posture, and he looked like a grappler. Like he was in a grappler's stance, like an actual, you know, a proper American wrestler's stance. Now he just looks like a cave troll. Like, really don't like how he looks. It's a shame, but
his biceps and his whole upper body is just like out of control. Like
that's before the wellness policy came in. You know,
right? Yeah.
Well, he's still fighting in Pride. He's not gone to the UFC yet.
TRT Vitor right there.
Exactly,
TRT Alex.
Vanderlei Silva before he had to get tested. What's the last subject that we were going to talk about? Gambling. Yes. I spent my whole time off commentary at the CPT finals, 2015, gambling on matches. And I don't mean side betting with people in the tournament. I mean actually gambling with a bookmaker on the tournament.
Who didn't have a clue why the odds were the way they were.
They actually did have decent odds. I don't know how the hell they did them, but it was a company in the UK called Bet365. So it's not an American company, it's a UK company. I had the app on my phone, and I was sitting in the crowd betting on the matches, and it was pretty cool. But what do you guys think about gambling on Street Fighter games, and how shall I put this in the most politically correct way?
Is it going to kill the game?
No,
I think you're opening up like a whole box of, what's the term here? Box of worms.
given
Can of worms.
Can of worms. Bag
given
of
the
worms.
previous history of how we know players are happy to pot split and agree results before they play, how could that affect tournament results when people are able to gamble on matches?
I mean,
do you see people exploiting that and throwing games or
It's happened.
giving up rounds in the spread and that sort of stuff? You know,
It was a big deal in StarCraft and other esports. People have thrown matches, and there's been a lot of corrupted shit like that go down. People have been arrested, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's happened before.
Arrested, huh?
Yeah, it was a huge scandal in Korea.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, match fixing, match throwing.
Well, I was gonna say the penalty has to be huge, but goddamn, being arrested can't get.
Yeah, I mean that's straight up illegal.
Yeah.
I think if anyone gets caught match fixing, they should be banned from the CPT for life.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it is. I mean, it's something you can't really avoid.
And then are we gonna need like a regulatory body for the CPT? Like, is that gonna be a thing? Like, are we gonna need to have a committee? I hope they don't bring drug testing for some of these guys because they're fucked. Not me, I'm straight edge, but everyone else.
Well, I would love to. I mean, in all honesty, I would love to have this conversation, but I mean, the drug policy one, like, and PEDs and stuff like that. But it's never gonna happen. No one's gonna regulate that. Not in.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
I don't give a shit about that, to be honest with you.
Let's talk about Blanca and Street Fighter 5. That's a better use of our time. But okay, so the reason I said the odds were like a little bit quirky, to say the least, is I had a friend who used an Australian bookie or an Australian website. I don't know the name of it, but the odds were like insane. He was just like, "Hey Kim, give me the odds." Dashio Nemo. It's like, oh my god, put a lot of money on Dashio right now. Because the booker or whoever didn't know the matchup. The matchup is terrible. It's really bad. And
I don't think most people in the building knew the matchup. Like, you could have cleaned up on side bets in that building as well. The same way. Like,
it's a Connor effect, man. I mean, Nemo is one of the best players in the world. Okay,
he was on a roll at the time as well. He was doing really well in tournaments, blowing people up with Rolento. Everyone thought Rolento was cheap as shit. They didn't realize that Seth owns Rolento's soul.
Yes.
And yeah, I made a lot of money off that. It was great. Thank you.
Tompi Justin was another one that I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know what the odds were for your website, but Tompi was, well, even though Tompi ended up winning.
Justin was the favorite. Again, you got to remember how bookmakers work. It's based on weight of bets as well. So if like people are betting on their favorite, not the favorite, but their favorite, like if there's a huge amount of money on one side and not on the other, then that person's the favorite, regardless. Like, so if everyone's putting their money on Justin, Tompi's odds are going to go out, and he's better value. So if you know that, that's basically what professional gambling is about. It's about seeing value in the odds. So that thing about it, I think, like if you're at an event and you're actually there and you know, actually you got the odds on this wrong, so I'm going to invest money on the chance that the result that I believe should happen happens, and I'll come out at a profit.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like that aspect of it. Like you can benefit from being more knowledgeable than the bookies or whoever's doing the odds, which is cool.
I mean, is it confirmed? Is that going to happen at Evo?
I don't know. I mean, it should do because it's like perfectly legal at Evo, right? That's what we're talking about anyway. We're talking about it coming in at Evo as a possibility on-site betting.
I didn't know it was legal at all in the States.
Well, okay.
Vegas.
You can gamble on anything in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I I don't know. I'm the last person to ask about
Okay,
gambling.
well, actually, I've done some research on this. So,
Okay,
so
cool.
basically, if the bracket is made ahead of time,
Yeah.
therefore people are able to have time to make the odds to do their research and stuff, then it's able for an esports event to be for it to be gambled on.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why a random tournament, a weekly tournament, we can't do that because we don't
Yeah.
have time to prepare. We can't,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So preparation time is the most essential part of it being possible.
But then they were doing like odds on the fly as the bracket progressed as well. So interesting. Anyway, I guess it makes more of the work done because the first round is the most work intensive, I guess. But yeah, hopefully.
Well, I mean, what is your opinion on it? Like, I mean, if you were to say yay, or I mean, or to nix it, like what would you do? I mean, like I don't know if I have a real opinion on this because
I'm kind of conflicted.
I'm
it's
a
great
purist.
fun. Like I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't like it if I knew the players could benefit from it.
Right.
But
like Shady said, it's unavoidable. It's going to happen at some point.
I guess so. Yeah, probably not. I'd probably stay away from it. Like players are too ready to fix results, and to be honest with you, like pot splitting is a way of fixing something.
Sure.
Like, it means that they're not really playing for anything. They're not playing to their full potential.
Yeah.
And that's a form of match fixing. And if you can start betting on crazy stuff as well, like rounds, amount of EX bars spent in a round, or how much time's left in the round at the end, that crazy stuff like that, spreading all the spreads, that just makes it so much more susceptible to abuse than just straight out and out results. I think results would be okay. I think like just betting on results, I think that would make it exciting and interesting, and is not as exploitable by corrupt players as going down the rabbit hole of spread betting.
If you get caught cheating, you can't enter any more tournaments. That's
ever banned from the CPT.
That has to be the rule.
Has to be the rule.
Yeah, for sure.
You give up what you love doing. Just like if you pop for taking an illegal substance in sports, that's it. Banned for maybe let's give them a couple of years, then maybe not lifetime. And then what are they going to do for 2 years, 3 years, whatever, right?
Stream and make loads of money, I guess.
Okay, good point. Great point.
Sell loads of merch because they're famous now. I can see Marn doing that. Fucking hell.
He's already benefited a little bit because he's still in the States, and he's like, he updated his ghetto ass like stream overlay to like when someone donates, there's like a picture of Armika slapping her ass now. So he's upgraded his shit, and people are actually donating now. So
of course, he's a personality. People love personalities. If you ever watch any streamers from any other games, it's generally personality streamers that get the most, or like girls wearing tops that sort of come down to here. They do all right as well for some reason. Don't know why.
Boobies.
So yeah, height spotting this weekend coming.
Any international players confirmed?
None from outside of Europe. No. Which means 3 points.
Woo! Get that. So you win that tournament, and that is one of 12 tournaments for that region. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah. So 10 offline, 2 online, and then there's.
My pick is Problem X for that tournament.
Damn.
He's won 7 tournaments in a row. He hasn't lost a tournament that he's entered since the first Street Fighter 5 tournament we had in the country. And he lost that to, he only came like 5th or something there, but Ryan Hart won that tournament. And Ryan Hart will not be at Hype Spotty. So I don't think at the moment anyone will be able to stop Problem X.
Tupac, he's back, baby.
He is. He just won a tournament the other day, actually. But still, Problem X is going to free him off.
Yeah, but
fuck French.
No bias at all, dude. Not at all.
What's the Fox News thing? Fair and balanced. I'm fair and balanced, just like Fox News.
What are you drinking? Is that lemon juice? lemonade.
All the things a boy needs for gains. I want to look like Alex. Get my John Cena juice. I've got the haircut anyway, so I'm just trying to get the traps.
Don't say John Cena. Fucking Justin Wong's gonna be busting into your house any minute now. John Cena, where?
See me Evo wearing a vest, shorts.
You gonna be watching WrestleMania? Is it this weekend? Yeah.
This Sunday, so I'll be in Glasgow at Hype Spotting watching WrestleMania late night, booing Roman Reigns out of the arena through my TV, well, through my laptop because I'll be watching it on the network. But yeah,
probably like 2 a.m. or something, huh? For you guys,
like probably be about 5 a.m. to be honest with you, when the main event's on. It's like 4 hours. It's crazy. 7 hours of WrestleMania broadcasting. It's mad. Way too much TV. I need to trim that shit down.
Well, as everyone knows that is watching this podcast or listening to it on SoundCloud and iTunes.
Yes, subscribe, please.
Please. I mean, we're used to staying up anyway to watch, CPT events and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, like
same thing.
It finishes at like 7 a.m. So it's crazy.
Look at this guy, fucking Shady, having an NCR party.
Yeah,
you're like part of the community or something, Shady. Good shit. Did you mute your mic or something? What's going on?
No.
He's just drifting.
Yeah. But, my mind wandered off when you guys were talking about stupid ass shit. Just tuned you guys out. No, but yeah, that shit was a lot of fun. I got super plastered. That's cool. We did side bets. I won a lot of money on Marn.
How many people were there?
So just me and my friends. It was like 6 people.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is that, like 10 hours?
Yeah, it was a long time, wasn't it? No, not really. It was from like...
It must have been smashed to bits by the end of day one. So was it only for the finals?
Just for the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so did you watch everything else or just SF5?
I watched a little bit of Saturday.
Marvel? Did you watch any Marvel?
I didn't watch any Marvel.
Hey, Clock is using the fucking hitbox controller.
Yeah,
now.
I watched that. I was like, all right, you fucking hipster. Right.
Exactly.
Let's come to you.
If you guys don't know Clock at all, he's different. He does different things.
He does things just to be different, just for the sake of being different.
Oh, just want to say as well, if you are a Chun-Li player that uses stick, if you use a hitbox, you cannot fail to do instant air legs. So, Graham Wolf, buy a hitbox, please.
Bam.
And on that note, brings us to the end of another episode of The Jump In. We will reconvene at some point.
Do you guys see that right there? That is no sign of sunlight. Can you guys please open up your fucking window blinders real quick?
I live in the UK, so there's no sign of sunlight anywhere. It's fucking grey as shit and raining.
So the reason I'm doing this right now is I want to show the viewers how hard we work to make this podcast possible.
I'm happy that I got like a good time this time. I kind of lucked out in the lottery. So
what is it? It's 2 a.m. right now for me.
It's like 6 p.m. for me.
I look as tired as I feel.
Yeah, it's fine for me. It's like 10 a.m.
Shut up. But it's all good.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're listening on iTunes, as I said, please can you subscribe and leave us a review. Really appreciate it. If you leave us 5-star positive reviews, it helps us get out there on the search. So when people search for Street Fighter or Capcom, any of that crap, we come higher up in the search review. There's a lot of podcasts for this shit, so we're kind of trailblazing out there. If you are listening to us on SoundCloud, please repost on your channel. That'd be great. Or post it on your Facebook or Twitter or whatever if you're listening to this. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, hello, subscribe and like the video. Leave a comment if you've got any questions, any feedback. If you think that we are chatting the most rubbish you've ever heard and you hate us and you wish we'd die in a fire, happy to block you and delete your comment. But if you've got any constructive comments and any of that sort of stuff, please leave them, and questions as well, because we need to start engaging with our adoring fans, and we'll start doing that.
I'm gonna consider doing something for that random bison pirate costume thing, and also Burnout from Australia, who works for XSplit, has offered me like 10 XSplit 3-month premium code things, and he wanted me to work it in the podcast a little bit, so maybe we could figure out if there's anybody out there that wants to stream amazing Street Fighter 5 content, make your own podcast, whatever, dress up as Pirate Bison, hit up the comments below, and maybe we can make your dreams come true.
Thank you very much. On that note, we're all going to go. See you real soon. Take care.
Peace.